good evening and welcome to the FIBA Women's EuroBasket here in Ljubljana, Slovenia. It's Group C action. Germany taking on France tonight. Last game of game day 1 here in Ljubljana. France with the fans who always come out and support them. Can they pull it off, or is Germany maybe going to put a little bit of a hiccup in the way of France before this game? Well, that's Group C's action right before maybe a big win for Great Britain, 76 over the home team in Slovenia, 71. Slovenia with a big 18-point lead during the game, but they lost. They're the world ranking, so France clearly a lot better than Germany, ranked 6th in the world compared to 36 Germany. But this is a new look Germany, Shona alongside Mark Clark. What does Germany need to do to beat maybe the favorites of this tournament, France?
Well, I think there's two objectives for Germany on there. They're going to host the next World Cup, so this is, as you say, a new look. This is Germany trying to make that first step, but if they're going to play France and stop France getting another 25-point or 35-point plus win on an opening day as they've done regularly at EuroBasket, they're going to have to control the tempo, and they're going to have to control the glass. They should have the size to do that. It's just the experience. New coach, limited prep, but on the prep, they won their last 2 games. They're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, they had that big win over Italy right before heading into this tournament. You said it, though, new coach, not a lot of time of preparation. But let's not forget, this is still kind of a new staff for Spain. I know he was there last year at the World Cup and qualified, but considering it's a short turnaround, he's only really been there about a year and a half, is Jean-Aimé Toupin for France. You talked about Germany having the size. We know that they're missing a few players tonight, and for me, the biggest miss for them tonight is actually going to be Leonie Fibic, who unfortunately is in a polo. So who else needs to step up for this German team?
Well, I think the most important thing you've got to find, it's not. I don't think there's an individual out there. They've got some youngsters who should be fearless. But I think they've got to find a way as a team to be effective, and that's what it looked like in preparation. First 4 games, they were very disjointed, struggled to score, and then they found and they clicked into way, and that was a big win over a very talented Italian team. And as you say, hugely new staff, new head coach. She's vastly experienced, but getting used to your players is a really different thing. And you're right about France. There's a legacy that he's picking up on, and there's some pressure, and that's tough.
I agree with you. It's very tough to step into the coaching shoes of France, and we've seen a little bit of hiccups for them along the way, but they're the fans out supporting for France as well as Germany. We're going to take a quick break for the playing of the national anthems. Well, there's the exchange. Some new coaches. Jean-Aimé Toupin, been around a little while, but Lisa Tomaitis, obviously the former coach for Canada. She's been to many Olympics, actually, as an assistant and as a head coach for Canada. So she definitely knows what it takes. Obviously, this is her first EuroBasket, though.
And there is something very unique about EuroBasket.
There is. You would know all about that. So the third team tonight on the court is Luis Castillo, and we have Martins Kozovskis and Ofer Manheim from Spain, Latvia, and Israel will have tonight's call. Yeah, I mean, you've watched a lot of basketball, you've coached a lot of basketball, Mark, and you said there's something different about EuroBasket. Obviously, Coach Tomaitis, a lot of experience with the Americas as we see the starting lineup for France. Fotux, Gruda, Rupert, Salon, the youngin, getting the start along with Minya Torre.
Well, it's a nice balance, that lineup, isn't it? Because, I mean, I've experienced how good Salon can be this year. She's active, aggressive, alongside so much experience. Gruda's played, 200 and whatever, most points in a EuroBasket in this century as such. She's just a phenomenal. And then we haven't even mentioned Milicevic. So, you know, it's like we always go into a tournament thinking, well, how well are France going to do? How well are they going to do? But the other thing about the Germans on this summer, we're going to look at their lineup, is half the team play European club competition. So it's not like, oh, there's a bunch of kids out here who haven't experienced it. Yeah, Germany hasn't been here, but they know what it takes. And they've got players from the French league. They know what it takes to play, whether they can do it as a team. And I think the thing for Tomaitis, you asked that question, is you can't have a day off in EuroBasket. Yeah. Because every single game counts. Points difference is huge. I mean, they've got enough size, enough experience to put out a performance here. It's just whether or not, as a team, they can play against the most talented, I think the most talented team and experienced team in the whole competition.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, you know, they've had a couple players who played in France. Number 15 right there, the center, Louisa Jesuchoder. Obviously, she's, you know, well-known, has played many years in France now. FIBA, who we're seeing, unfortunately, she is in a polo and won't be playing tonight. Yeah. I think that has to be a huge loss for Germany.
Well, you know, I mean, when you're at Valencia, you're going to be playing EuroLeague women basketball, and you're a factor on that team. No team in this competition wouldn't miss her. And for a team that needs experienced leadership and they need to know where they can get points, she was an answer. So someone else has got to find some points. They've got to share them out, yes. But as I say, going back to the coaching point, you have to be in that EuroBasket environment. If you lose in, lose small. Because this group, we just saw Great Britain win. The hosts are going to come good. Likelihood France wins it. You can be in a three-way tie for second and third and fourth places. You do not need a huge loss.
Well, there you see it. We're about a minute away from the Tissot clock to tip off. Jean-Aimé Toupin, you know, he's taken over and he's trying to bring this new mentality, new mindset. Obviously, France missing a few people, and he kind of said, this is the way we're going, though. We need people there because guess what? They haven't won since 2009, so they need to do something different. You can't do the same thing and expect to win, even if you're one of the most talented teams.
You're absolutely right, and I think it's always a challenge for a French coach. How much leeway do you give the talent and how much control do you hold? At the beginning of the tournament, they appear to be sometimes looser. They've won so many games at the beginning of the tournament by 25 plus. They go out and play, they could rack it up here because everyone on the floor can score.
Well, Coach Tomaitis, Lisa Tomaitis, former coach of Canada, taking over for this German team, trying to get them back on track. It's been a while since Germany has been around at a EuroBasket, but they have talent and they have a lot of inside talent.
Yep. And they have two things. When they're hosting the World Cup, these kids are going to see a great opportunity for themselves.
Good afternoon and welcome to the FIBA Women's EuroBasket here in Ljubljana, Slovenia. Shona Thorburn alongside Mark Clark. We have France taking on Germany, and Germany win the tip-off. Nice quick shot there is off the mark from Brunkhorst, and Futux now pushing the tempo for France. Gets it to Gruda, and nice hands there from Germany. Torre. There's a switch action here. She drives, finds Salon in the corner. Her first three-point shot off the mark. And Germany with the rebound.
Sometimes you'd like to see Francis go inside early, but...
And nice patience there by the captain, Brunkhorst, who just goes all the way, and Germany on the board first in this game. And Rupert goes inside to Gruda. Gruda goes up, a little bit of contact, no call, and that ball is going to go off the hands of Gruda and to Germany.
Interesting, they showed the 2-3 zone early, and if France are going to fire it up, then they won't come out of that until they start to make, but they can't allow Gruda to get the easy duck in. Yeah, you've got to dominate that inside and just bump on that cut.
Schroeder gives it up to Brunkhorst. She finds Schroeder. That's a deep three-point shot, but it's good. So nice patience, nice control, not getting too flustered by the defense there by France.
Schroeder's had a really nice season for Russia. I think she's an inside-outside talent.
So kind of a matchup zone here almost, and that shot's off the mark by Rupert. So now Brunkhorst trying to push the tempo. She goes inside to Gudic, who's not able to hold on to it, gets tipped out of bounds, but it's going to stay German ball.
You know, and sometimes the French team they have to impose themselves. You go back to the World Cup where they shot poorly. Rupert went 0 for 5 in the game they lost to Serbia. Shooting threes with the talent and the inside presence they have, they've at least got to look to the keyway first.
And nice out of bounds action. They go inside and go straight up is Sonia Grenaha. And back into this, what do you call this?
It's a matchup. It's okay. It's a 2-3 matchup, but they shade in certain spots. Yep, it's a 2-3.
Torre, her three-point shot. So are they kind of willing France to just shoot threes? And they say, if you're going to win us by shooting threes, we'll take it.
Yeah, and it looks like they're asking the sides to do a lot of work.
And a quick three-point shot off the mark. Schroeder there for the offensive rebound, and Torre touched it last, so it's going to stay German ball. I feel I've watched, had the opportunity to watch a lot of games of France's preparation games. They've started slow every game. Even that, the last game against Great Britain that they played, it was a slow start for France. It seems like it takes them 20 minutes. At a major competition like this, you can't wait 20 minutes to start to play. Gulic. And that pass is off the mark. So Vukoslavjevic, who checked in for France, is bringing it up the court. Might have got away a little bit of a carry there as Fotux pulls it out.
It's just a man-to-man on a miss and a zone on the score. That's what it looks like.
And Fotux finds Rupert on the baseline. Her two-point jump shot is good. So France, after just around 3 minutes of play, get their first points. Brunkhorst now. Using a screen, finds Schroeder. She's looking to go inside, but can't. And that's going to be the second turnover in a row. And it was last touched by Germany, so that's why it's an over a back call. So France now maybe picking it up a little bit on the defensive end. Last two possessions, they've forced Germany into turnovers.
When you have an Rupert at the 4, that's defensively, she's just quick, guard to the perimeter.
Marie Fotux with her deep three-point shot is off the front of the rim. And now I like the tempo that Germany are trying to play with, though.
Well, they're definitely challenging the defense. They're not letting them walk back here or set their pressure. They're actually turning them.
Bessoir, shot off the mark as Vukoslavjevic is pulling it. Oh, nice pass inside to Rupert. And the majority of these French players, other than maybe Salon, Torre was on that World Cup team. They've played many games together already.
And they can do those things. Everyone on the floor is an athlete. And anyone at any spot can push the ball. So Vukoslavjevic pushes it, Rupert gets to the front of the ring. If you don't stop the ball, at times you just like to see, take the lead off, let them run. I don't know if there's a team in EuroBasket that can stop them.
I'm not sure there is either. I think they can stop themselves.
Yes, yeah.
Well, Fotux checking out as Romain Bernier is making her first appearance in a while for France. played back in 2018. I believe she was on that team in the World Cup in Spain and hasn't been on the team since. So nice little comeback story seeing her on the court tonight. Number 47 for France. Brunkhurst. Aggressive defense here by France. Switch, they go inside though. Shot clock winding down. Nice patience and step through off the mark, and ball is going to go back to France though.
When France get at you and play you like this, you really have to execute well, but be aggressive with the ball. If you back up, they're going to chase you.
Another stop by France. So dead ball situation, you said it. They fall into that matchup zone, but Vukosavljevic, no hesitation when she's open as she knocks down a three, and now France ties the game with 5:40 left in the first quarter. And again, how about this aggressive defense by France? Maybe just a little bit too aggressive there by Vukosavljevic.
And the more you don't attack them, the more you back out, the more they will push, the more they will attack you. You have to get them in a situation where they have to think about helping and they have to think about turning. When it's all in front of them, they're all over you.
I think you saw Coach Tomaitis trying to say backdoor when they're over pressuring you, and that's exactly what you do, right? Now 2-on-1, gets it to Gruda. Oh, she has a shoulder with the block, though. She's not intimidated by one of the legends of EuroBasket. And way to go. Full court is Sonja Greinehar there, number 14 for Germany. Berniez now slowing it down, running the offense. Oh, great pass inside to Gruda, who's blocked again. No, it's going to be a call. Looked like a block from my angle, and it's going to go against Ama Degbion. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's body and arm and all from the other side to us.
Yeah.
So it was clean from here. Definitely clean from here. You can't say enough great things though about Sandeline Gruda, can you? It's not just the ability, it's the actual, the way she's kept herself healthy, overcome injuries, like come back, wants to play. And she is literally a playing legend.
She really is. She will, I think, in my opinion, go down as absolutely a French legend, but also a women's basketball legend and a FIBA women's EuroBasket legend whenever she does decide to hang up the shoes. And you mentioned it, coming back from injury, she missed last year's World Cup because of an injury. You know, she came back slow this year with Lyon Asvel that helps her team win the FIBA Women's Euro Cup competition. Her team also won the French championship. Brunkhurst now. Little inside out. Takes the contact. Nice defense. Finds the shooter on the baseline. That's a tough jump shot, though, by Hartmann. And ball back to France. The thing about France is they are really 12 players deep. And they, if they want, can play at such a high tempo. And Gruda now, nice little baseline drop step. Is not able to convert, but draws the foul against Giselle Soder.
No change. The option was to make the move. She's been blocked a couple of times. She's not backing down. She's too good, too experienced, too everything for that. But the footwork and the speed of the move, she's still, you know, what she's always been, one of the best.
One of the best and still one of the best. And if you consider how long her career has been, it's impressive to stay at the top of your game for as long as she has.
Yep. And a combination with her at one end of her career and Rubert at the other end of her career, that's an education for Rubert every time she's out there.
Absolutely, as Gruda is able to convert. And Badian, who I think had a nice little World Cup for them, checking into the game.
Yep.
And we talk about the talent. I mean, you get to take out Gruda, you have Rupert, you put in Badian, they still have Chartereau on the bench. It's incredible, really.
No, there is no doubt that talent-wise, they are the best team in this EuroBasket.
Well, another turnover by Germany. They almost get it back, but France gains control. Now Vukosavljevic hands it back off to Berniez. Berniez uses the screen. She's trying to find her shooter. She finds Sarah Michelle. Drives baseline, finds Badian on the corner. They're taking their time, but maybe too much time, as Berniez is going to have to throw it up. That's off the front of the rim. Gujic now comes up with a rebound. And nice hands by Sarah Michelle. Has another turnover, and now Berniers gets it back to Vukosavljevic, but they pull it out. Well, maybe a little bit too many turnovers, a little too much excitement from both teams. Crowder. Not sure who she passes it to. I think it was last touch by Sarah Michelle, though.
Yeah, it came off a shadow. She got the deflection. It's one of the issues they have, though, when you're 12 deep is which lineup do you go with? And it's one of those things that's always been the case for me with the French team. In certain situations, you never know what's their best lineup. Then they second guess themselves, and then they're like every other team. If they just play, I think they're just so. And like some of the other European teams in this, they have more experience. They have all they need in this tournament.
Yeah, I agree with you. As Gulic misses an easy basket, France comes up with a rebound. Get it to Michelle. Michelle up to Chartereau. Back in the point guard's hands. And I think it's going to be a kickball, so it's going to stay France ball. Shot clock reset to 14.
The interesting thing, if Germany keep changing their defense, is that at times the French team loves to come up with an answer. So they spend so long trying to come up with the answer, they forget just to play. And that when they threw it into Gruder, throw it in, let her play. There's no rob. It doesn't matter what defense you're in. Sometimes it becomes too much of an intellectual challenge for them.
Michelle, Badian. Nice patience, left hand, but that's going to be a block by Gulic. And now Germany with an opportunity to take the lead again. And that's a deep three-point shot off the front of the rim by Bessoir. Berniers. Michelle in the corner, her three-point shot attempt. In and out, and a lot of missed shots by both teams early in this game. France now with a little full court pressure, almost get the steal. Bessoir is left open, didn't realize that she was open, but she found Hartman, and Hartman able to knock down that three-point shot. So I guess you could say good job controlling the pressure by France, and then just staying patient on the offensive end.
But they're surviving, aren't they? They're surviving the pressure.
Badian, nowhere to go, kicks it back out to Berniers. Berniers, nice strong penetration, little kiss off the glass. How about that move?
Well, that's, again, same, doesn't matter if you're a man or a zone. If you beat the first guard, and break it down like she just did, they can get to the ring. It should be such a simple game for them.
It should be. How many years have we been saying
I
that?
know, it's...
Vukosavljevic not able to hold on to it, so it's going to go out of bounds and stay German ball on the baseline.
And the other thing is sometimes we forget, Chartereau and people like, they're 24. They've been around for ages, but they're still only 24. So this team is, and it's tough to be on this team because there's so much depth in the French game. And you talked about Bernie coming back. Well, she's coming back because the talent was there and she couldn't get in. And then now she's worked hard, she's got back. So when you make it, you're already proving yourself.
Absolutely. Gulic goes inside. Oh,
nice
cut.
Yeah.
What a great cut. And an easy two-point basket by Zontag.
Well, Coach Tomatis gets a question and a desire answered. It's make a tough cut, get a front cut, get a back cut. If you can beat him on the first step, you'll get those options.
Vukosavljevic, she's hit one, not two though, as Bessoir comes up with a rebound. And now Germany, they've been sticking around.
Yep.
I mean, they're up 3. Feels like France should be up though, and you're not sure Germany can continue to kind of stay with this intensity and tempo. But they've done good so far. Shot clock winding down. Gulic goes up. She's gonna have to go up. She does. She gets
the foul.
Fouled by Badian though.
They've just got to get the ball below the foul line. If they don't get the ball below the foul line, everybody's in a passing lane. They don't, unless they can turn the dribble. And it's an interesting dilemma because when they move the ball, they get things like the cut. So just But then again, when was the last team a German team went against a French team in this competition and had to compete against this pressure?
I mean, this is some of the more aggressive defensive pressure I've seen from France in a very long time.
Oh yeah, this is that they're trying to create. That's the identity now. They have the athletes to do it. But they've got to maintain the tempo when they have the ball. The last few possessions, they've got a little slow.
Yep, and they can do it. We keep talking about how they're a very deep team, so they should be able to play at a high tempo every single time. So back into that matchup defense. Bernier goes inside, but that ball is picked off. And not a great offensive, the last few possessions for France. Germany now. There's about a second difference between the game clock and shot clock, so I imagine they're going to use as much time as possible, try and get a good look. Gujic still got time, 4 seconds, she lets it fly, and that shot is well off though, with 2.5 seconds on the game clock in this first quarter. They get it into Bernier's, and she's gonna have to let it fly, and she does. Oh, backfired. Well, not a bad first quarter for Germany as they lead France 16-11.
11 points in a quarter for France.
Almost not acceptable.
Not acceptable. Not acceptable. The stats are not going to be a pretty viewing for them. You know, at the end of the day, 33%, but only 1 for 12% from the three-point line. So if you're German, it's like, hey, until you can shoot us out of this zone, we're gonna stay in it.
Absolutely. It kind of seems like that was their game plan, right? You know what? Made or missed. Let's go. Or dead ball, made basket. Let's go back in the zone. If they beat us from the three, they beat us from the three. So far, they're not. So good job there by Germany as we see some of the highlights from that first quarter. As Germany up 5. You felt like France had a lot of control, especially with all the defense that they were putting up against Germany. But they kind of settled down. They had a great start, lost momentum, and then settled down the last couple minutes.
Well, the thing that's going to be interesting for me in this is that I love the way they're playing defense. I love the way and Germany is struggling. They're surviving. Yeah, they're up 5, but they've only got 16 themselves. And but the thing about them is, will they stay with that, even though they're down 5, even though they're not getting like points off their defense enough? Or will they just say, well, no, we're going to change it again? It's working. They're just struggling at the offensive end to get any type of rhythm. And most of that is down to they're trying to work the defense out. It's a 2-3 matchup zone where the guy at the back has to get to the foul line extended and still has to get to the corner. So they're quite happy for you to shoot that shot. Unless they're going to start making it, they're going to be happy to stay in that the whole game. And then we're in upset territory.
It would be an upset, that's for sure, as Germany has never beaten France at a EuroBasket.
Ever.
Also, this is the 6th ranked team in the world going up against the 36.
Yeah.
Well, there's a 5-point lead for Germany, 16-11, as second quarter action underway here. And you said it, Germany's staying in that zone. They don't want easy baskets in the key, but Badian says, I can do that. Makes it easy. Yeah,
that's the thing. They struggled early on. Gruder did the same thing, caught it deep. Hey, I'm still happy. They're still going after it. And Germany is still struggling to get the ball below the foul line. Yeah, if the referee calls a foul, they'll share the fouls. They don't need to worry about that.
Yep.
They're deep enough.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it needs, this kind of aggressive defense needs to be what people think about when they think about this French team.
And you think about the games they've lost where we've always thought they had a chance to win. It's teams that have gone out and done this to them. Serbia did it to them. Yeah, the Spain and the USA does it to them. Everybody does it to them in that way. They've got to match that. There you go, another opportunity.
Oh, Badian there with a nice on-ball defense on Gujic as she turns it over. Bernier now. So back into that man-to-man defense for Germany. And pick and pop. Chartreau, extra pass to Vukosavljevic. And she is fouled by Jezra Schroeder. I believe that's going to be her second, so not sure if Coach Tomaitis is going to leave her on the floor or give her a sub. And it looks like...
I think she's going to take her. She was a little foul prone when she played Europe Cup as well. She was often getting into situations where she should just leave the play alone. She gets drawn to the ball.
Let her drive baseline, don't reach, you know, accept that you were late.
And then count your teammate. Your teammate's got to help you on a closeout. So.
Yeah, you need that second help side rotation, right?
Yep.
Saviovic gives it up to Torre. Torre, penetration, and that is just going to go off her knee. So ball back to Germany. Germany not scored in this quarter. Bronkhorst wants to change that. Let's see if she can. She's going to use an on-ball screen and almost turns the corner, but gives it up to Zontag. And I thought it was a kick ball.
It definitely came off the foot, but I just think it just hit her foot.
Okay.
As opposed to her kicking it. That's the referee's interpretation.
Well, 2.5 seconds left, so it's going to have to be a Hail Mary pass or shot here for Germany.
She stepped out of bounds.
So ball back to France.
The thing about playing this type of pressure, it's not about the first quarter. It's about how you wear your opponent down. And Germany are just going to have to survive for as long as they can and hope that France sort of release that pressure a bit. I don't see that happening, but that's all they're doing at the moment. They're surviving in the game. Aggressive moves, definite moves, as Coach Tamada said, make the cut, try and break the defense down. You said it on the last possession, she almost turned the corner. She actually did, then backed it out.
Yeah, almost against an aggressive defense, you have to be more controlled aggressive than their defense, right?
Yep.
And you have to also not be afraid to cut aggressively, to backdoor and see what opens up as they go inside to Gruda, the GOAT. Are you called a GOAT if you're still playing now?
You can be active.
You can? Okay. Because she definitely is in the EuroBasket. I mean, she's the leading scorer by
a long, long way.
Hundreds,
200
right?
and whatever it is points. I think she's just like a gold medal to go with all those other records. Is what she needs. She is going to finish soon.
Well, she has that one from 2009.
Yeah. Start with one, finish with one.
What was her age at 2009? And then imagine she gets one in 2023. Oh, nice little hand time there by Chartereau as she gets her first 2 points of the game.
I love the intent here. I love that we're going to press you every possession.
Gujic, defended by Gruda. She's going to take her one-on-one. Nice defense. Has to kick it out. Bronkhorst. There's lots of time on the shot clock. No need to panic, though, as Gujic, that's a tough shot. Or even better defense, I guess you could say, by Gruda.
Yeah.
Torre up top, swings it over to Bernier's. Aggressive baseline penetration. Nice ball movement. Finds a wide open Chartereau. And how dangerous can this French team be if they play like that?
Did the ball stick? No. Did they all move? Yes. And down 5, up 2 in the blink of an eye. See, and that doesn't matter. Is it a man? It is a zone. They didn't. They penetrated, got some turn, reversed it, took an extra pass, open look, knocked it down.
Well, let's try and take a listen in to the timeout with Coach Tamaitis and Germany here.
Okay, it's just too much one-on-one, and I know you're seeing pressure, so we're gonna go horns out. So let's go set the screen. I want this to be Sunny. Sunny, come over, put it in, and then if that's pressured, Marie, be available, okay? If it goes here, go and set the screen for Marie. I want Marie to curl, okay? And then pop back, get into a ball screen, but be unpredictable in our ball screens. We have to slip more, we've got to roll hard, and then we have to lift in behind, okay? We've got to be available in behind. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Well, I mean, she understands they're, feeling to put your head down, ball on the floor because you are overpressured. So let's see if out of this timeout they can run that little set Coach Tamaitis talked about to kind of alleviate, I guess, that France pressure.
And because the French aren't over-helping, because there's no one really from the help side, you screen away, you curl, you try and run the back cut against those reads. You'll get options. It's just the person with the ball has to think pass.
Well, for Posey now, number 2 for France, checking in. She's also a new name and a new number that we're seeing on this French team. Bronkhorst, Gujic, and surprised there was no foul from behind. It looked like a foul from behind, but we are really far away from the action.
Yeah. We have a very bad angle on that call.
But apparently everyone's a referee at some point in their life, and that was mine right there. Well, ball back to France. Footux back in as well, and gives it up to Torre. Goes inside to Charteroux. For Posey now, nowhere to go. They kick it out, 5 seconds. Deep three-point shot by Footux. 5 seconds left. I think you got to penetrate.
I think so. You can't settle. You can't settle for it.
And I think Marine Footux is way too talented to settle as well.
Exactly, because she can do things off the dribble, even if she has to pull up after that on that penetration. But the other part of that is that Posey gets the ball in the keyway and it just throws it straight back out. And she's one-on-one in there. I'm going to say this a lot in this game. It just got to back themselves and play when they have advantage. Because Germany are going to stick with their zone regardless.
Charteroux, extra pass to Footux. There you go, nice little shot fake. And she got blocked though, but they still got it. Torre has to put it up off the mark. Footux comes up with the offensive rebound. And I think she was frustrated. She didn't get that foul call on that aggressive take to the basket. But those are the kind of takes that I'd rather see from her.
Yeah, but she ended up 1-on-3. Someone like blocked it, but she stayed active. And then they got a better look. It wasn't like a prayer of a shot from beyond the three-point line.
And she stays with the play.
Exactly. I love the talent on this team. It can hurt you in so many ways.
Torre inside to Charteroux. Charteroux takes her time, step through, tough shot, good defense though by Gujic. And now Germany, they haven't scored yet in this quarter.
Has to be a foul, yeah.
It looked like it was a little delayed call, but good job there. I think what I liked about it was we kind of had ball movement, skip pass, penetration, and then it becomes more of a one-on-one.
I don't know what else. I don't know what else she was doing as I go. With that where she was on the clock, going to the middle, pick the ball up. I'm not really sure what she was trying to do except shoot, but the referee says no. Can't understand, but there you go.
Well, it evens out in the end, right?
Yeah, and that's why I'm sitting here. So.
And Degbian, strong take with her left hand as she goes all the way to the basket.
Same thing we're saying, no help. So attack it, get it, catch it and attack it.
It's like attack those double gaps, they call it, right?
Yep.
So Germany in that matchup defense, Charteroux up top, gets it back to Footux. They go inside to Gruda. Guess what? She's going to take her time. She has that nice little fadeaway, especially when she goes that direction. But back iron. So Germany now finally with their first points of this quarter on their last possession. Can they get another score? Crowder gives it up to Greinher. And nice patience here. Let's hope they don't turn it over because they're going to need to look at the basket soon. Gujic, fadeaway. That's going to be a block. Awarded to Gruda, and now Torre gets out. Tough take. Nice finish by her. Greinhardt gives it up. And Gujic is left open at the three-point land. Her shot off the mark. Fight for the rebound. France ball. Footux now.
The only worrying thing for France is they've slowed up. Offensively, they've started to slow up. They haven't really rotated much so far in this quarter.
Well, how about that step-back shot off the mark, though? So, again, one pass and one-on-one three-point shot. And like you said, I feel it too. They've slowed down.
Yeah. There is no reason this team should slow down because they are 12 deep. You'd love to play the 4 spot on this team. Get to the front of the ring, you're going to see the basketball.
Crowder just passes to no one, so ball back to France. Again, this defense by the French team is really frustrating Germany.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But the last few possessions, time before last went to the hoop, stopped as opposed to going through the contact. And as soon as they stop you, you got nowhere to go because everyone is still in a passing lane. You're going to take a bad one.
Hey, les filles, regardez. En attaque, il faut qu'on ait la volonté de rentrer la balle. Quand ça vient, on ressort la balle et on cherche à l'opposé. Tous les tirs qu'on prend là, sous pression, c'est compliqué. On va continuer à la mener, mais simplement en la menant, on peut la ressortir, rechercher à l'opposé et redriver derrière. OK? Dès que la balle rentre là,
I mean, it feels like more, but Germany have only turned the ball over 8 times. But it feels like a lot more. But it's not just the turnovers as such, it's the poor shots they've had to take. But it's a 2-point game. France have only scored 20 in 17 minutes of basketball, which you talked about it earlier on, how slowly they've started, but...
I mean, I think I saw it all preparation, how slowly they started. And, you know, maybe against teams that are less talented than you can get away with that. But what happens when you come up against a team who has maybe a little bit less, but just as much talent almost? You can't have slow starts.
It's very similar when they went to the World Cup, didn't they? They beat Australia in the first game. They looked as though they were going to be a major factor, and they just got slower and slower. And then Serbia just outworked them.
Yep. Well, staying in that zone. And it's going to almost be a turnover. No, it is a turnover. Yeah. So good job there out of the timeout by Germany. And France are only 2 of 12 from 3. So staying in that zone is not a bad idea until they start making shots.
Yep. France have to shoot them out of that zone, and it's not looking like they're going to do it at the moment as a push.
Yeah. So that push is going to go against Poposi from France.
Coach Dupin, if they're going to play this way, is going to have to say to Poposi, where were you? Why were you behind? Just supposed to be in the passing lane. Everyone's supposed to be in the passing lane. And then that's a soft push. When you're playing this much pressure, you can't have soft fouls. You're going to give fouls anyway. And you can't come off the bench in your first EuroBasket and play behind and be soft if you want to see some floor time.
No, I agree. And, you know, she's so athletic that she doesn't need to just stay behind. Crowder blocked by Rupert. France now with numbers. It's a 4-on-3. Oh, good job getting back on defense by Germany, though. Futux finds Rupert. And nice little pick and pop action by 2 people who are young but know each other so well for this French team. I think we're going to see a Futux-Rupert connection for a very long time.
And Rupert is so good at that mid-range. Until she gets that 3-point shot really going on a consistent basis, she is automatic from mid-range.
Sontag, whoa, tough layup by her going against Gruda.
And that's a 19-year-old kid going to work. You know?
maybe she doesn't know who Gruda is because she's so young.
No, she can't do. There's no respect from that move.
Futux, Vukoslavovic finds Rupert in the corner. 3-point shot, short.
That's settling for the 3. That didn't shift the defense. Everyone was still there.
Crowder inside to Soder. She goes up against Rupert. Little fadeaway off the mark. Ooh, flying in for the rebound, but Vukoslavovic holds on to it and pushes the tempo. And nice shot fake. Strong penetration by Vukoslavovic.
Yeah, it's again, pushed it, went the whole end, flattened off the defense, and there's no help. Everyone's late, goes contact. If everyone commits to run the break, you're going to get advantage. And if they're aggressive with that advantage, they get really rewarded.
shot is good from the free throw line. And make that 2 for 2 for Vukosavljevic, as France with a slight 4-point lead over Germany with just under 2 minutes here to play in the first half. Bronkhorst. And three-point shot is good by the youngin, Sontag.
Well, again, they turned the defense that time and Sontag lifted, so she's open. Again, you've got to turn that pressure.
Rupert goes inside to Gruda. Gruda, patience. Spin move baseline, off the mark, gets her own rebound. No, she doesn't. Degbian there to pick up the rebound. And Sontag, nice little second quarter the youngin has had for Germany. And maybe she's getting an opportunity to play because we haven't seen FIBA.
Yeah, I think, you know, with her size at 191, with her guard set skills, and she's still developing physically. I mean, if you think about the second objective that Germany had for the World Cup, she's going to be a massive part of that jigsaw they've got to put together. But hey, let's not talk about the World Cup. They're 1 point down against France. I have to say, I think we were almost right. I was definitely writing them off at the beginning, saying, well, France were going to show up, play pressure. You know, how could Germany control the margin so they don't hurt their chances? Hey, at this point in time, they're thinking we're 1 down with the basketball.
You said it, 1 down with 1:10 to play here against the number 6 team. Sarah Michelle comes up with the steal, though.
It's one of those criminal turnovers.
But Vukosavljevic is not able to hold on to it. Maybe got away with a little foul on the other end. Quick three-point shot by Bronkhorst off the mark. And now France. I don't think France ever really needs to slow it down. They should push the tempo, but it can be controlled pushing up the tempo.
They just need something straight out of the break, some different options, but don't forget to play.
Go inside to Gruda. Gruda goes up. I think she thought she was fouled, but no foul call. So now another opportunity for Germany to take the lead late in the first half. Backdoor cut by Bronkhorst. She's not able to hold on to it. Bernier comes up with the rebound. And there's about a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So they're going to slow it down a little bit. And they switch. Back in that zone, kind of. Rupert's left open in the corner. Her three-point shot is good. And there's a few seconds left. Don't want to turn it over. And they don't. So a big finish by France with that three-point shot from Iliana Rupert that gives them, I don't want to call it a cushion, but a little bit more of a lead. They are up on France, are up on Germany 23-27 after 20.
Yeah, and the stats are going to underline every single thing we've said because the statistical performance from the perimeter is just not good enough by French standards. You know, it's like 21%. And you said it in commentary, they're settling for threes. They're not going inside, the ball doesn't move. As soon as they slow down, everything gets a little bit complicated. And you just can't say enough great things about it. Germany have survived against the pressure, but when they've had the opportunity, they've been aggressive. They've kept France to 27 points. France still are trying to work out that 2-3 zone. Forget working it out. Shoot the open shot, be aggressive, and play over the full floor. Don't stop, pull it out. You don't want to play half-court basketball if you're France. Get straight into some secondary. Set some early picks. Be aggressive with the ball.
I agree with you, Mark, as we see some highlights from this first half. And I would say I think it's been a good team performance by Germany, and they're doing all that they can, and that's why they're only trailing a very, very talented and strong French team. So great job, defensive plan, I guess you could say, by Germany to take France out of their game. France, they got to come back with a little bit different mentality. I talked about it in their preparation games. They always started slow. Are they going to come out? Are we going to see a completely different team? Or is Germany going to continue to bother them? And I want to say almost annoy them defensively. Not in an aggressive way, but in a way that it's getting inside their head.
They're definitely inside their head, I think, because the zone has got inside their head.
Well, after these highlights, we will take a little break and we will be back in about 13 minutes as France are leading Germany at halftime in this Group C on game day 1 of the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. 27 for France, 23 for Germany. We will be right back.
You need character. You need chemistry.
FIBA Basketball World Cup is the peak of the game.
It's the toughest competition in the basketball world to win.
That is why I will be there.
Because when you win for one,
You win for all.
Oh, what a pass that was. Goodness gracious me, are you kidding me? Wonderful.
Slovenian team is such fun to watch.
Great aggressive take by Gabby Williams. Bosnia with another opportunity to cut into this lead. Possible 4-point play, people! Bosnia making a comeback here in this fourth quarter. Don't go away. Really Massey, spin move, always works the lead there.
Here's where they might do some damage. Spain, open floor, Dominguez goes right at Bentley. Oh, she makes an incredible shot. Unbelievable. Falling down. Dominguez, look at this.
Yep, sure is a foul. And a nice soft touch in there.
There's the backboard I was telling you about. That's why you use it.
There we go.
It can be your friend.
Nice spin move from Lloyd there.
We have about a 2-second differential. Shot clock, game clock, Julia Alban, and they score! What a big-time shot from a big-time player. I would say, especially the best guard for Germany not playing.
Yeah, absolutely. And their resources much more limited than France. If they lose a major piece, they're struggling. But no, they're not struggling, because when you're 19 and fearless, you just come back out of college for the year and you just take it to the racks, shoot the three. You're just out there balling. And that's what Sonntag did. And there was a few examples of that. But like the worry that you mentioned really is that the 2-3 zone just made France try and play and think about how to beat it, as opposed to just doing what they should do. Move the basketball, shift the defense, and get what they want. And be interesting to see, because the other end of it, Germany did survive against that pressure. And the thing about pressure is you don't mind if you're tight at the half, because you're going to work the team out in the last 2 quarters, in the 4th quarter. That's where that pressure is going to really wear out people. Unless you're sometimes at that age, because you never get tired. I mean, she was just she was super. The more she was challenged, the more she responded.
Yeah, not really sure you would imagine her being the top scorer for Germany at half against France, but you said fearless, and why not? Getting an opportunity to play where maybe she wouldn't have played if FIBA was playing tonight. And what is good is that, trust me, Coach Tomaitis is going to remember this performance, and maybe she'll get another chance when FIBA does get back, because how well she has played in this first half for Germany, who are trailing the number 6th ranking team in the world, France. And some good performances by France during moments, you know, when they pushed the tempo, when they attacked, when they were aggressive. But Germany, they keep going into that matchup zone, and it's really slowing them down. And, you know, for a long while stretch, they stopped even going inside. And I don't think that's what you should do if you're France.
No, they shouldn't even worry about it. Just come straight down, just push, make or miss. With the depth they have, push it, be quick, execute sharply, and get shots you want. Don't even let that 2-3 zone set. These guys are having a great time. The German fans are having a party. It's only half time. They probably came here thinking, oh, it's about the tournament, we'll work our way in. They're 4 points down. They probably think they've got a chance to win. Nothing to do with the fact that they've maybe had a few cold ones.
Yep, you said it, as German fans, France fans in the building. And Germany, nice first half. Anytime I believe that you can keep France to under 30 points in a half, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. Germany, do they have enough in it, in the tank? Do they have anything up their sleeve? Win or lose, right now you could say we at least had a good 20 minutes and we can build on that in this tournament, because I don't think going into this game Germany thought they could win. They were probably looking to the future, especially we see 2 players not suited up, but they're here on the roster, so obviously they're playing in the future. And this isn't probably the most important game. If they can get a win, yeah, that's one step into getting out of group phase. But I'm sure that they're looking ahead to their next 2 games in the group.
Well, and Coach Tomaitis has had a look at 9 players in that first half. She can only look at 10 because 2 are out. She's looked at 9 players. She's found out lots of great things about Sonntag in this level of game. So whatever the hell's happening, she's going to walk out of this thinking, right, I've got stuff to work with for the next 2 games. And a success for Germany, you get in the top 3. Give yourself a shot at a crossover in a quarterfinal. And then you made a great first start.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Well, both teams now coming out, but take a photo of that QR code and download the EuroBasket app to follow and see what we see on all the stats, live game action, highlights. Everything is on there. And what a tournament it is. Over on the other side in Tel Aviv, we have Spain, who are also probably considered a gold medal contending team, trailing right now to Latvia 64-59 with just under 2.5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Welcome back to the FIBA Women's EuroBasket here in Ljubljana, Slovenia. Germany tailing France 27-23. And second half action, Shona Thorber alongside Mark Clark calling this game for you. Bronkhorst shot fake, dribble, pull up off the mark. And how about this starting lineup for France? Different starting lineup than we saw. Michel gets it back into Rupert. Bernier thinks about it. Gets it back. Mismatch here. Nice little hesitation crossover, but it's a turnover.
Everyone stood still on that penetration. And Sarah Michel, with her ability to shoot the ball, you'd think she'd be always seeing the ball, always ready to shoot it. You know, you always have to worry about her in a scout because she's one of the players that will shoot, will make shots.
Yep.
Also experienced on this team.
Oh yeah, Sarah Michel. I mean, she's the captain for a reason, right? So, and this shows you how strong.
Or they don't know who they're going to go with. You know, there is this view that you have so much talent.
So much. But I don't think the players care who the go-to player is. They just want to win.
Yeah, I think that's the case. But you know what it's like when you're in a.
And that's going to be a 24-hour shot clock violation. So 2 possessions and 2 turnovers for Germany. But they haven't given up any points on the other end, so it's fine.
And it's in club, it's easy. In club basketball, it's easier. You can work out what your role is. When you're in a national team, you almost have to know and be told where you fit because you don't have as much time.
Well, in that zone again, Vukoslavjevic thought about it, skip past Sarah Michel. She fumbled it, get inside to Gruda. Gruda, baseline, Vukoslavjevic, 3-point shot, in and out. Rupert almost comes up with the offensive rebound, but she doesn't. And now Germany, again, come up lucky? I don't want to call it lucky.
I don't think
defense.
it's luck. It's this tempo-wise, France moved, stood, passed, and then the 3, even though it's on the skip, not in rhythm at all.
So you'd like to see a little bit more movement in general on ball reversals, actions, cuts, penetration.
Yeah, I think the ball just needs to be quicker. The ball there's no reason for it to stick as much as it is at the moment.
Well, Germany, Jessel Shoulder fouled underneath the basket. Bronkhorst drive and back to Jessel Shoulder. She thought about it. Tries to pass, but the long arms of Sarah Michel finds Bernier, and she will go up, and it's an and one. And a great defensive action by Sarah Michel. Nice heads-up awareness. Bernier is running the floor hard. Doesn't shy away from the contact and gets the M1.
Especially as the ball was deflected, which slowed it up. She knew she was going to get hit. She didn't change the line. She just went straight through the contact. And plays like this are going to ignite the French team.
And you talk about that ignite, and I think maybe that's the reason why Coach Jean-Aimé Toupin has changed up his starting 5 to start this third quarter to give them a little bit more energy, fire.
And I think you didn't start the game, you were given a chance to start. You want to go out there and actually run that, what coach wants you to do, you're going to do it.
And Germany now, Jessel Shoulder. She got her feet set. That was a pretty good looking shot.
Yep.
You're not going to have a lot of open shots with the way that France plays defense, and I think that was a good shot for Germany.
Massive, great shot, because also they had 3 cuts which dragged the defense down, which created the space for her to step into, and everything was good. The timing was good, the speed was good. Just didn't make the shot.
As Gujic comes up with a rebound. And needs to find a guard. She does. Bronkhorst. Penetration, almost turnover though. And Gujic. And that's going to be a holding foul,
Again, better. The ball went below the foul line, which meant the defensive angles were all different. And they had the option to go inside because they'd sealed off, and the only way to stop it was to hold. So.
I think Vukoslavjevic wanted the 3-second call. Well, Germany get the ball inbounds. Quick pass back to the inbounder, Bronkhorst. Her shot's off the mark. And France now, opportunity to run. Again, France, every opportunity, I think they need 5 people sprinting. Tough shot. And it's good, though, by Vukosavljevic. Obviously, nice little story. She missed last summer because she had a newborn baby. And it was a little bit too complicated to travel all the way to Australia while she was still breastfeeding, trying to compete in a World Cup. So she was out last summer, came back in shape. She had a good year with Prague, right?
Oh, yeah.
And she looks fit right now to me.
I think she's playing as well as she's ever played. I think maybe with that age and maturity, being a mother now and all that, but everything, she just looks a very complete basketball player.
Yeah, I agree with you. Berniers now finds Sarah.
Maybe this defensive effort that France are putting in is beginning to wear that German offense down. The defense is still giving France problems, but down this end of the floor, turnovers, the 24-second violation, the pressure's beginning to take its toll.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, 23 points. They had 23. Hartmut now. Crowder. Shot clock. And nice hands by Bernier. So ball back to France. I agree with you. I think this pressure is, they're doing a decent job on the defensive end because France have not opened it up considering Germany hasn't fouled. But I don't think Germany has had a clean, open look anywhere inside the three.
No, you're right. But then it was good the last possession to see that penetration, and she protected the ball a little better. She had a layup because she attacked the defense. And France really don't have to worry about help because they're not getting broken down on the ball. And as soon as Germany had that opportunity, they've got to take it. They've got to aggressively go to the hoop. And if they do generate help, it normally is coming from a long way. Therefore, they've got options to kick to a shooter. But it starts with turning the ends around.
Lock them down and create separation. It can't be the same speed. Right? They're challenging you, your fundamentals right now. You cannot now start just branching off and making shit up. Okay? You gotta stick to your fundamentals. You have to use a pivot. You have to sweep the ball low. Not up here. Drive it, Jenny. Turn your back and score it. And swing it back. Hey, we're getting attacked, and now we gotta convert. Okay? And then get back on tee. And keep getting stops. If someone's open, pass it ahead. Attack it.
Well, you heard it from Coach Tomaitis. It's more about fundamentals, trying to break this France pressure, especially the on-ball pressure, right?
Oh, yeah. And it's not about just being quick, set it up, go past it, don't go around it. If you try and go around it, this French team just keep you in front of them. And this starting lineup, they've made some changes now, but Sarah Michelle and Bernie in the backcourt have been a real difference here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's been good little action. Bernier's left open. Her three-point shot is good.
Nice kick. Again, break the defense down, give it to the open player. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a zone. And they look nice in the backcourt, that combination.
And great job breaking the pressure. There is Jezel-Schroeder. And just taking, but under control, taking, keeping her dribble, keeping her momentum. Rupert finds Bernier. She hit one, kicks it out to Chartreux. That slips through her fingers. And Jezel-Schroeder, she went all the way last time, and there she goes all the way this time. So good job out of the timeout is Germany.
Yeah. It's an excellent job out of the timeout because all they did is what Coach asked them to do.
Be more fundamental.
Yep. And they're not helping France. They don't have to because they're not being fundamental enough to break them down. And they get it back to single digits. Once you're in single digits, you're in the game. And if they can hang around and keep it 6-5 points into the fourth quarter, then the French are thinking about that zone now. If it gets to a tight game, they'll think about it even more. But there is nothing but positives coming out of this in Germany. Okay, they've only scored 27 points. But, they're down their best player. They're with a new coach. She's going to love the way they've reacted to him in that timeout.
Well, you heard Coach Tupan in that timeout saying, guys, it's not possible twice 2 possessions in a row that their big player can go all the way to the basket. We don't even step in and maybe take a foul. Just take a foul. It's all right. It doesn't have to be an unsportsmanlike.
No.
But it happens once, all right. It can't happen 2 times in a row. You know, I'm not surprised that Germany have only scored 27 points. For me, Fibic is a player who's going to give you 10 plus every game.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe even 15. Vukaslavjevic shot off the mark. Michelle there for the offensive rebound. Nice little quick putback by her.
Every team needs a Sarah Michelle, right? It's because she does all the things that you have to do.
And she doesn't care about stats. How about this, though? Hartman, 3-point shot is good. And really, it's been Luisa Jesselschroeder, 15, who is the one who's really taken that timeout to heart and has come out and done a lot of nice little things for them.
Well, I think she's one of the players fundamentally, as Coach Samar said, who's got that, the ability footwork-wise to break people down.
And nice patience there by France. And a little bit more movement off of ball reversal. You know, I want to call that a semi-penetration by Sarah Michelle. And you find a wide open Badian who is fouled.
And again, all the good work that Jesselschroeder does, undone in many ways, but she just can't stop herself fouling at times. You know, she had no reason to get involved in that. She was late, so be late. Don't be late and then foul as well. You just don't need to give yourself that problem. You know, it's only a 7-point game. France still haven't managed to break this open with their defense. And following Tomatis' timeout, the German team has come out, broken the defense down 3 times in succession, scored on every possession, and you know they're getting their way back into it.
Yeah, you said it, especially with the way that Jesselschroeder is playing. You don't want to see her have to go to the bench with 3 fouls. And again, a little bit of trouble with that pressure. And Badian just all over Gujic. I'm not sure why it took them so long to call that.
And that's when you think, you know, if you're standing on the side now, as Coach Tomai said, like, call it. And
why wait?
And they're going, like, we're going to wait for it to go up, then we'll call it. She can't get up. She's being held down. It's make the call. Don't let the thing get out of hand.
And Gujic, little shot at the elbow off the mark. Badian with the rebound.
Well, since that timeout, Germany have actually got the ball below the foul line, have really turned the defense and comes up with better options.
What I like is, you know, in no way do I want this to come across like it's an insult, but I don't think they have as much talent as France does.
No.
But they're playing incredibly hard. You can tell that they're following the game plan and they're trying to execute exactly what the coaching staff has asked, and there's no intimidation. They're playing hard.
Yeah. And if you look at, you know, the players who've really responded, it's the younger players on this team.
Yeah.
You know, they've listened, they've reacted, and they get themselves in this type of situation. They don't back it out.
Gujic gets the ball back. Hartman, her pull-up jump shot is good, and nice patience, nice cuts, handoffs, movement, lead to a good shot by Hartman.
And again, ball was inside, below the foul line. The French team just couldn't keep it in front of them.
Futux into Badian. Badian just fumbles the ball. She was wide open. Shot clock now. Little inside out dribble. Futux, tough take, no foul. And they're going to go to the other end. And again, Germany just not going away. Hartman, handoff to Brunkhurst. And it's going to be a push by Sarah Michelle, though. I think that was actually a pretty good call.
Yeah, I would always argue Sarah Michelle does that all the time. Yeah.
But she only gets called for it once a game, right? So why not?
Exactly, yeah. But if you shy away from it, she'll carry on doing it. You've got to play through that.
you got to be fundamental. You got to have a good base,
Yeah,
pivot,
exactly.
be
Yep.
strong with the ball.
You should be on coaching staff with the German team. Yeah.
Brunkhurst now.
Tough
Penetration
finish.
baseline, nice finish. And that lead is back to just 5 for France with 2 minutes and 30 here in the third quarter.
And this zone, now change the shape of the zone. It's a little, it becomes a 1-2-2, then it just drops back. And France is still trying to beat the zone.
Charteroux to Futux, deep three-point shot off the mark. Ball back to Germany. Bronkhurst now. Another opportunity to cut into this lead. Inside to Gujic. Gujic double team. Someone's got to be open. There's a lot of time on the clock, though, and you felt like they got a little bit rushed.
Yeah, they
but
did. You're
triple teamed. You need your teammates telling you where that's coming from, and you need to get into a passing lane angle where she can see you.
Well, and the thing we talked about before is that if people do collapse to it, you must see the ball. If you can see the ball sees you. And with this German team has already demonstrated it can shoot it.
Gujic. Bronkhurst posting up, not probably the best thing, but she goes hard to the basket, and it's going to be a reach-in foul, so good job there. It looked like it was going to be bad offense, but somehow became good offense, and here it's just going to be a reach-in foul, I believe, going against Futux.
There you go. Again, go strong, attack the space behind the defense, force the defense to make the play.
Well, how about that? Number 42 for France getting her first minutes and also her first game at a major FIBA tournament is Lacan checking in. And this is what I mean. How good is France when they literally can just go to someone when you're only up 4?
Yep.
Young player, 19, I believe she's 19 years old.
Yeah, and it's, you know, she just joins the game now. As you say, she's only 19. Sullivan started and has only just come back into the game. So sometimes you're struggling to work out what your role is on the group. Because there's got to be a hierarchy here some way. Otherwise, you don't understand where you are. And I was really pleased that Sullivan started because I think she's one of the players that could give this French team a really exciting future.
Well, Badian stops the bleeding, gives France 2 more points. So Germany trailing by 5. Minute 20 here in the third quarter. Again, this pressure by France that has frustrated Germany, but miscommunication. Gujic shot, looked good, back rim. Now they're running. Salon gives it up to Lacan. Charteroux, ball reversal here. Need a little bit more movement on that offensive side, though. Charteroux, they go inside to Badian. Bad pass, big to big.
When Charteroux caught the ball at the high post, there was nothing behind the on-ball defense. Rip, go, and either get fouled or score. You don't need to do it, you know, oh, we've got to reverse it. And do, you know, they'd already hit the side, they'd already come back. Their tempo was great early. Finish those plays with advantage.
Lacan gets it into Charteroux. Nice hesitation. Oh, her shot's off the mark. Badian there with the rebound. Shot clock, though, didn't touch the rim. So Germany now, another opportunity to cut into this lead by France. They give it off to Brunkhurst. And Jesselschroeder might have got away with a little bit of a moving screen. Skip past Crowder. And it is going to be an offensive foul now going against Jesselschroeder. I didn't really see it. I was watching the ball. Did you see what she did?
I didn't see enough of what she did. We're going to see it now, but wow. I'm not sure. She was asking for it and her arms were up, and I think she's quite right. But then again, everybody makes a big deal of that sort of contact.
Yeah, I think she was more upset because she knew it was her 4th foul as well.
Yeah.
So she just checked in. She's now going to have to go back to the bench probably for a few minutes into the 4th. And ball back to France. There's about a 5-second shot clock, game clock differential. They go inside to Badian. Badian taking her time. Nice spin move. Easy finish with her left hand. Crowder Gonna have to create. She does. Crossover. Nice strong take by her. How about that? And Salon lets it go, but that is gonna be the end of the third quarter. And Germany, they're sticking around every time you feel like France should be up by a lot more than this. So Germany 38, France 43 after 30 minutes of action.
You gotta love the way this German team, as you say, are hanging around. Their percentages are going in the right direction as this game develops. But then what we were talking about that was going to happen, French pressure would wear them down. To an extent, France have stepped off that pressure a little bit because now Coach Tamada's timeout, it's told them how to go and beat the pressure. That's beginning to make France be a little bit more hesitant. And Germany are getting to the ring like the last play. When was the last time anyone from this German team went down the middle and scored? It's a great decision by Crowder and just an indication after that timeout. They have been a different team. They were stuck on 25 points for so long. For so long. And then they had the timeout. Tomatis was, it's not about this. Let's just fundamentally execute what we're going to do. Stop shying away from it. Pivot through. And they've done that. And it's been exceptional. And there's been one or two, and they're all the younger players have responded really well to Coach, which is when she sits down and analyzes this, she's going to love the reaction she got from her team in this game.
I agree with you. You know, well, as soon as we get the stat sheet, we'll let you know. But I feel like they scored 15 points this quarter, and I'm pretty sure all of them came after the 5-minute mark. Or most of them, at least.
Yeah, they scored 2, and then they got stuck.
Yeah.
It was 27, 23 at the half.
Yeah.
They got, they may have even been free throws from memory.
So
they just, after that timeout, they came out and just executed so much better.
And I still think France is playing good defense. Let's not get wrong. After 30 minutes to hold a team to 38 points, it's not bad. But Germany are just finding a way, and a lot of it is, let's give them a lot of credit what they're doing on the defensive end.
No, I agree 100%. It's easy to say, we'll show them a zone, that'll mess them up. But you've got to execute it.
Yeah.
And they're not really getting beat on the inside very often, and they're challenging most shots. But they're actually getting France to take the shots they want France to take.
Well, there's 10 minutes left in this game. 43-38. France are leading Germany. And that shot is off by Chartereau, so ball back to Germany. Mark, how long do you think Coach Toupin is going to leave Sarah Michel and Romain Bernier on the bench?
If he wants to make sure he wins the game, not long, because I think that's the only time that they really began to, it's once they sat one of those down, Germany started to come back. Combination of them sitting down and Coach Tomatis' timeout. Germany just somewhat active offensively.
Yeah, great ball movement. That leads to a three-point shot by the youngin' number 24, Lina Sonntag.
Love her.
But that speed, ball movement, execution, everything, even if they hadn't made that basket, which they did, would have been great offense. But Salin with the answer on the other end for France. And it is a back and forth game. There's 9 minutes left. Imagine an upset win for Germany as Crowder, we saw her do it at the end of the third. No help side coming at all. And that's 2 nice little left-hand layups for her. Mignatoire, penetration, nice touch there, but it goes out of bounds and will stay France ball.
Hey, the other thing that's happening now is that Germany believe. You know, Germany have started to believe. The bench is getting excited about the game now. Coach Tomatis is getting excited about it. They believe they're in the game now. It's not about just getting better. They're like 3 down, 16 seconds remaining on this possession. They get another stop here, and they're in great shape.
Chartereau kicks it up to Salon. Tough screen there by Badian. They switch. They're going to go into her. Sonntag. Pretty good defense. And not bad defense. Nice help. No foul. But it looks like Sonntag maybe took one, so the referee is going to stop the play. I'm not sure if she got a hit inadvertently.
I think she got, as Badian went back, she just made contact with her on the step
Nothing
through.
intentional.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Basketball movements.
She did what she's supposed to do. She put her body in the right place and just got hit. But, like, I think, you know, I don't think she's going to sit for too long. I think she just needs to, gather herself, and then she'll be back because they need her to come back. And I keep saying she's got great skill set, great size for a guard.
Oh, it was actually her own teammate.
Her own teammate.
There was
nothing that Betty Ann did that was like leading with an elbow or anything.
No. Yeah, it was Gujic there coming over on the help side, just inadvertently hit her in the head. So, 18 seconds on the shot clock. You said it, they got to stop. Can they make this interesting? They could tie it or trail by 1 with this possession. Crowder turnover, but I believe it's going to stay France ball. So 7 seconds on the shot clock. Ball underneath on the baseline.
And Coach Tomatis is probably going to think, she was a bit loose on that. But, yeah, the pass was. But the decision and where she was looking, she just didn't execute.
Right idea. Yeah.
And they've started to turn the on-ball defense. And once that happens, then they do have to worry about help and the rotations.
So Hartman back in. You see her there for Germany. She's going to come off. And they got to get the ball in. They do. And it's going to be a foul from behind, I believe, going against Chartereau. So nice patience there on that out-of-bounds play. Nice cut by the big after setting that off-ball screen, right?
Well, it's the same thing, isn't it? Like they tried to switch it, and then she rolls into it. It's all fundamental execution, but you've got to do it at the right time and everything else. But the French don't help. They don't need to help in their mind because that's the way they've played the whole game so far. One of those things you talk about out of bounds is that you just don't give it under the ring. You've got to have someone protecting that space.
Can't ever help either, right?
No,
almost
exactly.
on the same side, yeah. Because a smart player is going to, as soon as they see you help, they're going to dive to the basket.
Hey, they make it 3 out of bounds, great play, whatever. You don't give it down the middle. But now it's a 1-point game.
Well, you said it, 1-point game, 8 minutes to go. Germany trailing France by 1. They go inside to Badian. Badian almost turns it over, but gets it back. Lecon, penetration, finds Torre. 3-point shot from the corner, back rim. Nice box out, but Torre finds her own rebound. But no, Salon just can't hold on to it. It's a good offensive rebound, but Torre, maybe she should have pulled it out a little bit, though. Settle down. It's still a lot of time. So France, Gruda back in. Looks like Vukoslavjevic. My question is, when do you go back with Berniers and Sarah Michel?
Same question, same answer, as in when you want to give yourself the best chance to win the game. They may win it without them, but there's a risk involved. The longer this goes, the more everyone's going to think about this. It's going to get a little jumpy out there.
I think, obviously, France has a lot more experience. And, they've been in these situations more than Germany have, obviously, because Germany hasn't been in the EuroBasket in a while. Gujic going against Gruda.
As we said, they've got a lot of players who play really high-level club basketball.
Yeah, Bessoir. And France are able to hold on to it as her 3-point shot is off. They find Chartereau, miscommunication. She is wide open on the baseline, in and out. Gruda there with the offensive rebound, kicks it out to Vukoslavjevic. And Lecon back to Vukoslavjevic. Shot clock, Gruda. She's got to put it up. For me, Gruda has to be aware of the shot clock. She's got to go to her fadeaway right shoulder in that situation.
Yeah. Go to something that you want to take in that moment. Don't give it up.
Well, we called for it. She is back in. We called for half of the okay.
But this German team is just, even when they were surviving against the pressure, hasn't backed down. And then when they responded to Coach Tomatis, they've got better. And now they're right in this 1-point game. They can lead on this possession.
Bronkhorst gives it up. Germany now. You've got to sweep the ball low, and maybe you can get a foul. Instead, it's going to be a 5-second call. She was just sweeping too high.
And that's what Coach said. Yeah. Not up here. Don't be holding above your head, because obviously then the defense is going to get right into your space. So, but then again, no one moved for her. She had no pass option.
More than one person. Nice steal by Gruda down low. Oh, she's not able to finish, but she comes up with her rebound. kicks it out. She gets it back. She found Chartreau on the corner. Baseline shot, nothing but net for her. So 3-point lead for Germany now. Just over 6 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. Bronkhorst, pull up, off the mark. Nice tip by Gruda, but she doesn't come up with it. And what about that? Speedy Gonzalez. Oh, but Bernier's not able to convert a wide open layup.
This is when Germany have to come down and off the ball. Their screens have to be better because there's so much pressure. They'll get options. But if they stand around, I think Tomatoes could do with a timeout right now.
Yeah, so great 2-3 possessions defensively there by France, which has opened up this 5-point lead. It should be 7. But that missed wide open layup by Bernier's. And here you said Tomaitis needs a timeout. Exactly what she's done. Comes down to fundamentals. You got to seal to get open. You got to sweep the ball low. You got to be, again, not afraid to sweep and attack and also backdoor.
Yeah. This will be an interesting timeout with Coach. If she ever gets into it. Maybe they don't start counting the minute until whenever, because she's only got 20 seconds left before she gets in. She's still not in. Maybe she just feels they need a blow.
We can make, I want a ghost screen with the PG. Okay? Come up, run out, make that pass. Don't put it above your head. If we're going somewhere, go. Otherwise, move it to the next person. Okay? No more handoff. That's Marie. Actually, yeah, we're into with Marie. Okay, everyone else on the baseline, you're ready to duck in.
Well, let's see if they can execute out of this timeout. They need to be able to handle the France pressure. In the last 3 possessions, they haven't. There's still 5:46. Germany has played very good basketball for 35 minutes, 34 minutes.
So they've almost played it for too long, because they didn't play well for the 3 quarters. They could have talked about it. They were in the game with 5 to go. They're looking to win this game right now. They've responded so well to Coach Tomaitis' timeouts. It'll be interesting to see. She wanted to see a ghost screen,
so
which she hasn't seen.
She didn't want.
That's offensive, yeah.
She didn't want handoffs for a certain reason, and unfortunately, that's all that Germany felt like they could get to.
And Bernie, super quick.
Great job.
Since she's been back in the game, they haven't been able to break the defense down or run anything that's been initiated from the guard spot. And she has just got back to where they were at certain points of the game. They've just taken Germany out of what they want to do. And they were beginning to get a lot of joy out of guard penetration.
Chartreau now reverses it. Almost turns it over. Vukoslavjevic gets it to Salan. She's hit one from there. Make that 2 in this half. So a big 3-point shot and 5 consecutive points for Salan here in the fourth quarter. How about that? Picks the pocket is Vukoslavjevic, and she goes all the way. And it's going to be an and 1. And here is where I feel like the experience of these kind of games and these kind of competitions, and just a great read there on the bounce, picking the pocket is Vukoslavjevic. But you just see, this is, France know what to do. They've been here.
Yeah. And we said it before, their relentless nature of the pressure when they've kept it, sooner or later it's going to wear you out. So after however long, when Bernie came back, as soon as she's come back, the pressure's ratcheted up at least 1 notch. And they haven't really been able to deal with it. But that's what's supposed to happen. Last 5 minutes of the game, you're supposed to struggle when you've been under this much pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Bernier, it's her plus or minus. She's plus 20 when she's on the court, so. Well, getting a little feisty.
Yeah.
But I think that's normal.
Yeah, of course.
Germany playing a great game, obviously a little bit frustrated with the pressure that France is putting on.
It's just the Germans still aren't backing down, but just their execution is now really being broken down. But you cannot, and we won't, stop saying enough good things about Geisel Soda. I mean, because yeah, she struggles, she fouls and stuff like that, but she really does have a game. She has great footwork, great touch on the shot. Really does do a nice job.
Yeah, well, misses the second, but they get the offensive rebound. There's a backdoor, and nice replacement. And they go inside. It was a good look.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was a great seal. Maybe the pass is a little bit too far away from three-point land. Look at this.
She's almost got to shoot that pass, not like try and sort of float it there, like shoot it there and give her a chance to hold the spot.
Berniers. Vukoslavjevic there. How about that seal? By Gruda.
Well, there you go. You get a great demonstration of how to seal, hold, and then release.
Crowder. Gets it to Geisel Soder. Bronkhorst left open at 3. Shots off the back of the rim. And now France kind of pulling away here the last couple minutes of this fourth quarter as their lead is up to 11. Again, they go inside to one of the best who has ever done it. And I feel like the contact was created by Gruda. It'll be interesting to see on the replay.
No, I agree with you.
I really think I thought Geisel Soder was standing straight up. Oh, she did lean over there.
And then she hit her on the elbow on the way up.
Did hit her on the elbow.
But what Gruda did was get so deep.
Yeah.
That, like, there was no space for her to shoot her to give her enough space, and she fouls out. And again, and she'll say there was an elbow. Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was. You know, but it was like that was just establishing position.
But anyone who's ever played against Gruda knows that there's an elbow when she goes to the basket and makes her post move. So either you have to take it in the chest, in the face, and you flop. Not flop, but you take it. Or you have to be able to play around it.
Yeah, you go.
Like, that's part of the player scout.
And the thing about Geisel Schroeder is one of the issues she has defensively. She doesn't have that foot quickness to lose contact come round. When you are a veteran and one of the greats of all time, you can smile when you throw that up. No one's going to give you a hard time.
She turned around and said, no, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think she was crazy. She does have that unorthodox free throw shooting style. Maybe ball slipped out of her hand a little bit.
You can't pick the ball up.
Looking to go inside to Gujic. They can't. Crowder now uses a screen. We've seen her turn the corner a couple times, and a tough basket by the shortest player on the court.
Well, Germany play Slovenia, and maybe the talk was about how big this German team was. I don't think it's a big issue that Slovenia have. They're going to have to contain that forward spot. They're going to have to really work with Crowder. It's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Big game for both teams, having lost, as it looks like they've lost their opening day game.
Gruda, double team comes. Nice idea on the double team as she throws the ball away. So ball back to Germany. And, you know, there's still a lot of time for them to come back and win. Will it be hard? Absolutely, especially against this French team that plays excellent defense. But, you know, we talked earlier today. You and I have seen 4 games today. Points for and against, especially in a group where, okay, I imagine France is probably going to win this group, but who's going to finish second, third, and fourth? So the points for and against could become very, very interesting. So right here, you don't want this game to get out of hand with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. Bronkhorst. And ball is last off France, I believe, so it's Germany ball.
Ball.
7 seconds left. I think Vukoslavjevic thought something happened.
But Bronkhorst did a really nice job at making sure she stayed tight to the handoff into the screen. So because Vulasevich was trying to get there first, there's going to be contact. And the referee decided there's no call. That's fair enough. But you're going to get contact when you're playing this much pressure.
Bronkhorst, penetration. Maybe should have gone up with her left hand there. And missed opportunity, but they're trailing by 8. Need to get a couple defensive stops and a couple scores if you're Germany. France, take a little bit of time, but you also don't want to take too much time and still get a good look at the basket. Bernier now no one to pass to. They're trying to find the mismatch. They do, but time is winding down. Bernier lets it fly. Her shot, back iron. Probably not the best offensive possession for France.
Not at all, because it was static. If you're going to post up like that, take advantage and play. Don't give it back with no time left on the clock.
Hartman gets it inside to Gulic. Whoa. Sometimes you wonder when they're going to call the foul.
But there's the difference that Coach Tamir has talked about in terms of instead of having it above your head, you're in a position where you're active with a basketball. So it made it easy for the official to call Rubert for the reach because she had to go over the shoulder to get there.
Yep. So we have a timeout by Germany. There's a minute 38. You're trailing by 10. Shall we listen in?
Of course we should listen in. Because they've come out of the timeout and made changes. As long as she gets in there quick enough, not like last time. She's there now. She's there. I mean, like,
Steady. Got the ball here. Jenny, back screen Alma. And then curl, okay? And then Alina, come up off of Marie's screen. Okay, so we've got that. We've got at the rim. We've got a 3, or then a step to the ball. Do you want me to go there or to the rim? If they switch, go to the rim. So Alma, if you don't get it, you're clearing and coming high. Okay? Curl. Alina, before she gets there, flip out of here and then be ready to go to the rim or step out. Nice, stay good. Let's go.
Well, Crowder with one of her 3 takes to the basket in this second half. There we heard Coach Tomaitis drawing up a play, so they clearly want to go for a quick look here, get a score, get a stop, and maybe see if you can make it interesting into a 2-possession game.
Exactly.
Back screen.
Crowder going to the basket's been very effective. Give her some space to play.
Yeah. She has Rupert on her. She's trying to go inside to Gulic. She does. Time on the clock. Nice little turnaround jump shot by her.
Sweet, in rhythm. As you say, stop now would make life interesting.
It would make life very interesting. Chartereau. So they're still staying in that defense that has worked very, very well for them. I like this matchup defense by Germany. Salon. Well, would have been a big shot had she made it. They didn't, but they do come up with the offensive rebound. Michelle now. Bernier goes inside to Rupert. Rupert lets it fly off the mark. Offensive rebound again, though, for France. And Sarah Michelle, just off the mark. Well, couple chances and possessions. That happened right in front of us, Mark, and I'm not quite sure about that call. I think Sarah had her head down. I don't think Gulic moved at all.
Well, we're going to see right now. No.
Sarah, her teammate didn't call that screen.
And there's no way that Gulic did move. She was standing. You clearly saw before the second step, she was definitely there.
Yeah. I think it was really, not sure whose player it was, Rupert or Chartereau, didn't call the screen on Sarah Michelle. Sarah Michelle took a hit. Let's be honest. She got hit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a moving screen, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
Rupert, screen, finds Chartereau. Shots off the mark, almost another offensive rebound. So they've had a couple good looks, France. Haven't scored. Germany now, can they cut this lead? 8-point lead. I talked about it. Points for and against are going to be very, very important in this tournament, especially in this group. Turnover there by Germany. So ball back to France. There's 13.4 seconds. They need to get a stop. I mean, right now it's about getting a stop and saying, you know what, hats off, we lost by 8.
Exactly. Coach Tomatis is going to talk it up anyway, and when they're in the locker room, she'll talk about what they could have done, and we were great and all those things. But if they could finish on a stop, right, they're going to walk out of here going, hey, 58 points?
Yeah.
We kept them. We keep teams to 58, we carry on like that, we're going to get better offensively. They're missing one of their best offensive players.
Absolutely. Berniers now finds Salon. 3-point shot off the mark. And Chartreux, little turnaround jump shot. She had a little bit more time. I think she thought she had less time. Well, Mark, what a game to end this first day here in Ljubljana, Slovenia, as France come up with a very, very, very tight win over Germany, 58-50. Who would have thought?
Not me. Not me. I mean, we look at the stats, and it's not something that the French are going to look at and go, "Wow, we did this, we did that." The Germans just took them out of any rhythm that they had, forced them to take shots that they really shouldn't have been taking, and slowed them down. And once you slowed them down, you're in the game. So there's nothing but positives coming out of this for Germany. Those German fans that were thinking, "Hey, we got 2 games, we can get results. We got a chance. We can get to the quarterfinals." And this is their first EuroBasket for so long. New coach, some injury issues with some of their best players. And statistically, it's not really one of those games that people are going to write home about. 40 and 42% from 2. Only 20% for France from the 3-point line. And it's like everyone's saying, if you want to beat France, slow them down, make them think, don't give them anything easy. And that's what Slovenia and Great Britain are going to do in the group, and every other team around is going, the way to beat the favorites, this is the way to do it. These guys don't care though. They've got to win. They'll celebrate that. They'll rock up tomorrow thinking they're going to get another one. These best players should say this is how they ran the zone.
Yeah.
And that's it. This is how they run the zone. But first best play you see is penetration from Germany, turn the defense, kick to the open shooter. If they could have done that just a few more times, they were right in it. And foul trouble hurt them a little bit, and losing Sontag with a bang towards the end of the game didn't help them close out the game. But if you are Coach Tomatis, when you sit down and go, that is a great start point.
Absolutely.
Brilliant start point for him.
Absolutely. She has more positives than negatives to take away from this game. And I think that they are only going to, I hope that this at least also gives them confidence going into their next 2 games in this group phase. If they can defend like they did against France, I think against Slovenia and Great Britain, they have a chance to move out of group.
Well,
and that is what their goal is in this tournament. And
well, if they win tomorrow, right, and Slovenia 0-2 with France to go, they're done. I know they could come up with a surprise, but I don't see it. And that means they're going to play Great Britain to decide if you're second or third. And then both of those teams are like, well, who are we going to play? One more win, they're in the quarterfinal. So, if you offer that to Germany, right, at the beginning of the tournament, okay, officially they might have said all sorts of things, but they'd have taken it. Yeah. EuroBasket's a big objective for them now. A World Cup that they're hosting is a huge deal for them. As a team and as a country with basketball, it's going to be massive in that country. Look what EuroBasket men was like this year. Amazing event. Germany's going to run a great World Cup with a great host country.
Don't forget, Sabally sisters, FIBA, that could be a scary team in a couple of years at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. But France, with the win over Germany, 58-50, France, they have some positives to take away. I thought their defense was good. They got to be better, though. They got to be better. They're more skilled. They need to be better offensively and defensively moving on in this tournament. They squeaked out a win, and they should have won tonight, but they squeaked out a win.
And then Coach Dupin's going to have to decide. You go against a better team, you can't just, we're going to get after the ball. You can't just be saying we won't get broken down. Some of the guards from Turkey, the guards from Hungary are going to break this team down. So they're going to have to work out how they're going to rotate. And that was not even something on his agenda.
Yeah, you said it. Well, that's the end of day 1 action. Here you see Group C, France in first with 2 points, tied with Great Britain, Slovenia, and Germany, each with a loss. And those are the scores. 58-50. This game just ended up in France's favor. Earlier today, Great Britain with a big win over Slovenia, a big comeback win. Great first day action. We saw an upset over in Tel Aviv. We've had great games here in Ljubljana, and tomorrow is going to be another great day. So from us here in Slovenia, thank you and good night.